welcome back to Reason Threads. Hello if you're new here, my name's Kate, and today we're going to go through the 25 series I would like to either finish, continue or start in 2025. I thought we could split this list into three categories. So the series that I'm hoping to finish, then the series that I'm in the middle of, that I don't feel like I'm going to finish either because they haven't all been written or there's just so many books left to go that I probably won't get through all of them this year, and the ones that I haven't started yet that I would really like to give a go. So to kick it off, the series that I want to finish the most, that I would really like to get off of my list, is Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time. This is the book that I'm currently up to, Towers of Midnight. So I'd need to restart this one. I was halfway through. I've lost my place, forgotten what's going on. So I'm going to have to start this one again. And then I have the last book in the series and the prequel still left to read. But hopefully that is one that I can definitely complete this year. The next series that I'd like to finish off this year is The Crimson Moth series by Kristen Cicerelli. This one's a duology about a witch and a witch hunter. The next book, Rebel Witch, comes out on February 18th, and I'm really looking forward to it, so hopefully I can get that one on my February TBR. The next series I've been reading along with my sister, it's Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I am enjoying it. I've mainly been listening to the audio versions. I'm currently in the middle of Heir of Fire, which is book 3, and then we're going to go back and read The Assassin's Blade, which is the prequel novel next, before continuing on. I have been moving fairly quickly through these, so hopefully I'll have these completed early in 2025 and then be able to mark this one completely off of my list. Another series that I started at the end of last year was the Study series by Maria V. Schneider. So I read Poison Study and Magic Study. So I'm currently up to Fire Study. This is the end of the original trilogy, though there is 3 other books that are set after this, following the same characters. I don't know if it's essential that I continue on straight away, but we'll see how I go with Fire Study, and then I'll make a decision as to when I prioritize the rest of the books in this Study series. But if I can at least finish the original trilogy, I think that would be great. For the next section, I thought we would look at the series that I'm currently in the middle of and the ones that I would like to continue. I have so many series that I am in the middle of, so these are just the ones that I'd like to prioritize for 2025. The first one is Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. I've caught up to this one. I've been listening to them on audio and really enjoying them. I think they're a great series. They follow Morrigan Crow. She gets taken into this magical world and attends magic school. And the next installment of this series is Silverborn, which at the moment I found multiple release dates for. I'm hoping that it comes out in April, as I have a video planned I'd like to do then, and it would fit really well into that. And hopefully I'll be able to get it read then. Another series with a new release that's coming out soon that I'd like to continue on is The Emporium by Rebecca Yarros. Onyx Storm is the next one, and it comes out so soon on the 21st of January. So hopefully when you are watching this video, I will have finished it or be nearly finished. I plan on reading it as soon as it is released. The next series, I think I started back in like 2012, 2013, somewhere around there, is the Charlie Davidson series by Dorinda Jones. It follows a private investigator who turns out to also be a Grim Reaper. I'm currently up to book 6, which is Sixth Grave on the Edge. It is an extensive series. I think there's currently 22 books, so I highly doubt that I will finish those all this year unless they get so good that I can't avoid binge reading them. But hopefully at least can continue on and get a couple in that series finished this year. The next series that I'd like to continue on with, I have only just started this month. I've been watching a lot of Becca and the books and have decided to read along with her catch-up book club, and they are currently doing The Faithful and the Fallen series by John Gwynne. So I'm in the middle of Malice. I am already behind. This book club goes for a year long, so it won't finish until January 2026. They had their first live show, I think last week on the 12th. So I will link the video both to the announcement for the read along and live catch up. So if you're interested, you can go check that out. So hopefully I can continue on with the next book and catch up to everyone else. So my next read in that series will be Valor. The last section I thought we could talk about were all the series that I'd like to start this year. One of those is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This series has been everywhere. I hear about it constantly. I see it all over the place. And with the third and final book in the trilogy coming out on the 8th of April, I thought this year would be a good time to give it a go. I found this awesome edition at BW that I picked up and just really want to see what all the fuss is about. So this one is definitely, hopefully, going to get read this year. Another series that I'd like to give a go is the Red Rising saga by Pierce Brown. Since I started watching BookTube back in September of last year, I have seen this series on so many BookTubers' bookshelves and heard so many people rave about it that it's just really intrigued me. I don't know a huge amount about it other than it's fairly political. I just figure if everyone likes it so much, I should at least give it a go. I had never heard about it until then, so I'm just adding it on my TBR and hopefully that will be one I can give it a try this year. The next two series I have put on this list are both by Nora Roberts. When I went looking for the books, I thought I actually owned the full trilogy of both, but it turns out I don't. So the first trilogy is The Cousin O'Dwyer, and this first book is Dark Witch. I remember when this came out in 2013, really wanting to pick it up. The same with the other series that I've got on here, which is the Dragonheart Legacy. I always want to try them as soon as they are released, but know that if I wait, I'll have a better experience and I'll be able to read them one after another. And luckily for me, Nora Roberts, she is hugely prolific and will bring out one book in a trilogy a year. So once they were all out, I just never went back to them. And so I really, really want to give both of these series a go. The other series, the first book, is The Awakening. I'll pop the cover up next to me now. And again, it just has to have the word dragon in it, and I am hooked. We then have Danielle L. Jensen's series, The Unfated. The first book is A Fate Inked in Blood. I've seen this one around a lot. I love the look of the cover. This one is a Norse-inspired fantasy about a shield maiden and the power-hungry king, and hopefully a really good romance. I do like a bit of romance in my fantasy. Other than that, I don't know a huge amount about it, but looking forward to giving it a go. The next series is Fae and Alchemy by Callie Hart. I have heard so much about this. The first book is Quicksilver, and it follows a woman who thinks that Fae are a myth and a legend, and then happens to come face to face with them, and then ends up in the middle of a century-long conflict. It just sounds really good. A lot of the reviews that I've heard have sounded great, and the cover looks cool. I really do quite like the silver tear coming down the face of the character on the cover. I really just like to give it a go and get in on the hype. The next series is The Kindred's Curse by Peng Cole, with the first book being The Spark of the Everflame. I really do like the covers on these. I have heard that the first book in this series isn't the best, but then it really kicks off after that. I don't think the series is fully finished yet. I think at least up to book 4 is currently out. So at least there's a few that I can get into, and hopefully the next one will be released this year as well. The next series, again, I knew nothing about until I started watching BookTube, and now find the covers so intriguing that I just need to give it a go. And that is Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I've seen alternate covers to this one. This one I picked up from the library. I do really like the special editions that I did see, but hopefully the books are great and I just really want to get stuck in. The next series I want to add to this list is The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. I have read Lynette Noni's Arcane series previously over the last couple of years and really enjoyed it. It was a great time. And so I'm hoping that this one will be just as good. The only thing I do know about it is that it's set in a prison. Other than that, I again haven't heard much about it, but hopefully I will get to it and be able to give you a bit more of an in-depth spiel if I do. We then have The Shepherd King duology by Rachel Gillig. These two books again weren't on my radar until I started watching BookTube, but they just look awesome. And they are One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. Again, I really like the covers. These are both out, so it'll be easy for me to pick them up and read them straight away, possibly even back to back. They're a gothic fantasy romance about a girl who has an ancient spirit trapped in her head, and I think that just sounds intriguing, so hopefully they are a good read. The next series that I want to add to this list is Air by Sabaa Tahir. This one is just a duology, though the second book isn't currently out yet. And while looking into her, I realized that she has got another series that I have seen previously and thought the covers looked interesting, but have never picked up. And that's the Ember in the Ashes series. From the little bit of reading that I did do while I was looking into the books to add to this list, I have realized though that both these series are set in the same world. So now I'm really interested if you know the order that I should read them. Should I start with the Ember of the Ashes instead of Air? I would interchange those and at least start one of these series this year. But if you know more about it and you're happy to leave me a comment to let me know what you think, I would love to hear your thoughts. The next one on this list is a big series. I think at least 5 books in this series are already released, and that's The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. This one I know has recently had a 10-year anniversary re-release. I think Samantha Shannon is rewriting all of the previously published books. So those are probably the ones that I would be picking up. I have already bought a few on my Apple books. A lot of them had came out on a sale, so I picked them up because the covers looked intriguing and hopefully I'll give them a go. I have heard good things about them. The booktubers that I do watch that have mentioned them seem to really enjoy them, so hopefully I will too. The next series that I have on this list is one that I have been aware of for a very long time, and that is Mercy Thompson by Patricia Briggs. I had heard of this series a very long time ago. I have multiple friends and family members that have told me that I need to give this series a go. The first book is Mooncalled. All I know is this book has vampires and werewolves, gremlins, Mercy's a shapeshifter. Other than that, I have never really looked too much into it, other than having multiple recommendations over the years from multiple sources. So I really do think this is one that I do need to finally pick up. Again, another series that is in a similar vein as the Mercy Thompson's one, and that is Guild Hunter by Nalini Singh. Again, multiple friends recommending, extremely long-running series that I have wanted to try for years but never prioritized. So I'm hoping this year I will give the first one, Angel's Blood, a go and really enjoy it as much as they have all seemed to, and be able to move on and get excited if there are new ones or other series that she's written that I can give a go as well. The next 2 series are by the same author, Carissa Broadbent, and they are The Crowns of Nyaxia and War of Lost Hearts. Both these series I'm adding to this list. I don't know a huge amount about them other than they are everywhere. Lots of people are reading them. The covers look awesome. And again, just really want to give them a try. If you have any idea of which series I should prioritize first, if you think there's a really good reading order, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, hopefully they're as good as they look. And last but not least, The last series that I am adding to this list is Robin Hobb's Farseer trilogy. Specifically just this first trilogy, though I know she has a lot of others that I will probably want to add on to the end. But to begin with, we'll just stick with the first trilogy. This one follows Fitz, who is a bastard who's been living on the streets and ends up being taken in by the royal household and ends up being trained to be an assassin. I've heard so many good things about Robin Hobb. I've heard how amazing she is, and I really just want to have this be one of my favorite fantasies. So hopefully that is the case. And I will manage to get through this trilogy at least. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope that I can get to some, if not all, of the books that I have just added to this 2025 reading list. If there are any that you've already read and really love, please let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. Also, what have you got on your 2025 list? Feel free to comment down below. I can't wait to chat about awesome new books coming out, awesome books that you've absolutely loved. Give me any recommendations as well. I'm always eager to add more books to my want to read list. It's been great having you along. See you next time.